Hello, it's Jeffrey with Real Nifty Vintage, and today I've got a really fun haul video because I have here antique glassware. It is truly antique because it is from the 1880s, the 1870s, 1890s, old stuff. So, really happy about this. Also an area that I'm completely not very well versed in, but the great thing about what we have going on today is all of these items were tagged, like with little tags, by the collector who had them. So if you remember from my last haul video I did with similar items like this, I was able to get these items via a trade that I did with a customer. So she acquired a ton of glassware items, I think like 900 or something, I believe is what she said, pieces, individual. And she made me a fantastic offer for these that I could not refuse at $1.50 each with shipping included. And she's not that far away, so the shipping wasn't a lot, I don't think, for her, but that's a great price for this stuff. And I'm really excited to try it because this is something that I haven't been able to really dabble a whole lot in. So we're gonna jump right on in, and I have to admit that I did not do much research on this because it is already tagged and there's so much of it that I feel like my brain would explode. You know, there's really only about 30 pieces here, but it's a lot whenever everything's like, yeah, very similar. So we have this wonderful piece of cobalt blue. We'll start off with this. Look at that. It's a little mug, a little handled mug. This is an older piece right here. And from the tag, they're calling this curled leaf. I had something very similar to this. Actually, it was the same thing, I think, on my last video called curled leaf. This is in cobalt though. This is made by King Glass. So that's right. This is the same exact, I believe, the same exact mug, just in blue, from 1880. So we will put this one up online on eBay. In my new eBay store, I've been talking about that a lot, how I am switching to eBay. That's so beautiful. So I will price this, you know what? I don't know for sure what I'm gonna price it at because I don't know the market on it. If I had to guess, I would say the majority of this stuff would be going for anywhere between $20 and $30 individually, plus shipping. So that's my initial thoughts, but there could be, like, you know, it could be a little less, or we'll see. But it's again not an area that I can just look at it and say, oh, well, that's this, so it goes for that. So hopefully you can. Now this is really fun. It says a good boy on it. I think a subscriber, one of you guys actually said you had one that said a good girl, and they did make those with the good girl. This was a good boy, and it's in clear. Little mug. This one does not have a tag on it. And she sent me a little list. I could actually look at the list. Maybe I'll use what she wrote and I'll drop it in below, but I cannot remember. There's different brand names. This one does not have the tag, but it says a good boy. It's a little footed mug. Then we have this one here, this like icy blue color. Look at that. Really pretty. We've got the flowers and the pressed glass. You can always know pressed glass from the seam. So you look for a seam and you can pretty much say that it's pressed glass, unless it's blown into a press, but it's still technically pressed glass, I guess, right? So yeah. Wow, that's actually 3 seams. See, this is something that I'm not used to seeing. There's like 3 seam joints. That's different. Okay, I'll have to look into like what the manufacturing process was on that. Very interesting. Yeah, that's the blue, icy blue color. Then we have a ruby red. What we call that? Cut to clear, I guess. And it's beautiful pressed glass with the little diamonds on there. It's like a child's mug, isn't it? What does it say it is? They're calling it clear with red stain bordered ellipse. And then on the other side it says McKee glass and Lancaster glass 1891. McKee, beautiful. That is really shimmery, very nice. So that's a good one. This is such a cute little one. It's so small. Let me tell you what that is. Bryce Higby. Yes, Bryce Higby and Co. 1883. And it is the butterfly with something. Butterfly I don't know. I can't read the other word. But there's like butterflies, or a butterfly, and then like little leaves and branches. That's pretty. Look at that little guy. You could put like a little succulent in there, toothpicks, your toothbrush. I don't know, it's kind of fun. Oh, here we go, an amber. I like this one because it has like this little natural handle on it, like a little branch. Very similar to one that I'm going to show, I thought. Yeah, we have got one coming up that is really cool. So we've got the amber, and it has the little, whatever that is. What is that? It's just like a thing, okay? Yeah, I'm very descriptive. Amber diamond with circle. And that is circa 1880s. Very cool. Here's another amber one. This is a really interesting form. Look at that with like the diamond points and the squares, and very interesting shape. Look at the handle on that one. It's sort of like ribbed, kind of. Reminds me of a gummy worm or a worm. That is so fun. That's a really interesting one right there. Now let me show you one that actually glows under black light. So it has uranium in it. It's Vaseline glass. Look at that green. This is a really fun one right here because it has a peacock or a heron on it, made by Boyd's Glass. So I can say about the thing about Boyd's, it's not terribly old. Boyd's is a relatively newer company from, if my memory's correct, the 70s or 80s. But the Boyd's logo is a bee with a diamond in it. And not too long ago, I bought some Boyd's little glass shoes, and they sold really well. See the little bee and the diamond? So I sold those glass shoes, and those were a good buy at the estate sale. Here we have a little blue one. This is a, what is it? It's a blue grapevine type. It's a cobalt blue again, but we have a grapevine. You can see the grapevine in there, really pretty. It's a small child-sized mug. I like that. This one is like, you know, I was giving you the price ranges. This is the type I might go for. This one could actually be like $14, for instance. So there's a couple of these that I don't think are going to be like the $20 to $30 range. So this one might be that type. That would be a little cheaper. Oh, here's another ruby cut to clear. This is Heart Band. Oh, that's cool. And this is from 1897 McKee Glasgow. She put a little question mark on there. This is the collector that did that. There's like little hearts, upside down hearts on there. That's cool. So I wonder if these, they don't really go together. I guess I should sell them separately. That's really pretty though, isn't it? Old stuff, old glass, stuff that I don't normally get to buy. So that's the fun part about this. Here is another heron. Interesting, very interesting. This one and this one both have the same heron logo on, or design on there. But this one does not have the Boyd's logo like the other one did. So this one's in green. I will say that the tag is calling it a repro, so it probably is. But it's really pretty. And the repro could be from the 60s or 70s. But it's really a pretty green color, emerald green with the bird on there. Very nice. Here we have, this is a cool one. I like that. There's not a tag on it, so I would have to refer to the list. It's pretty clear, but what I like about it, it has a lion's head on it. Can you see? That is so interesting. Flip it around. It's on the other side too. Really, really cool. So that's one of my favorite pieces, just because it has a cool, like, little character on it. And it's so cute and small. I love that. Wouldn't you know it? We have another Peacock cup. This one is marked with the Boyd's logo on the bottom, and it's an amber glass. You know what? I think there was a note about this one that's pretty interesting. It glows under black light, and it's amber glass. Well, is it amber? Would we call it? Yeah, we'd call it amber, I guess. Look, it glows under black light green. That means there is uranium in there. That is kind of strange for amber glass. Oh, I'd like it to focus. But yeah, we've got another, that is just, there we go. Beautiful. Okay, so we have technically three, oh, I spoke too soon. Let me show you the last one. And that's in Cobalt. So we apparently have a Cobalt, an amber, a Vaseline yellow color, and a green. So will I sell them as a set? I don't know. Part of me thinks don't do it that way, so I probably won't. Now this one here is another fantastic one. I love this one too. Really pretty. The knob, the handle is so cool. Look at that. It's like a beaded kind of, but there is a dog, or what is that? Yeah, dog and a bird and a tree. Oh, that is beautiful. The bird. There's a dog over here, and then on the other side there's another dog. That's a really pretty one. This one looks older too. Just from the inclusions that I'm seeing in the glass, so that kind of crude way that the glass was made, not as pristine as what you would get today. So that's interesting. That's a nice one. Look at that. I like this one. There's a V in it. Look at that V. Was that intentional? For an initial or something? Oh no, it's not. It goes up and down like a pattern, like a herringbone or whatever you call that. But that is so pretty. Look at that. Really pretty teal color. Now there are flea bites, minor flea bites, very minor, but that is consistent with age. So you kind of have to take that with collecting old glassware, but that is a very, very beautiful color, this teal. So that should do well. I'll have to look into this one. Very nice. We're about halfway there, maybe a little better than that. Now this one here is interesting. It has these little people on it, little heads in this sort of a blue color. It's almost a cobalt color. It's a little bit more translucent than that, but it has the little guy there, and then over here, surrounded by a laurel wreath. So that's interesting. No markings on the bottom. It does appear to be older. Yeah. Very interesting. I like that one. Very different. Now I do have one thing to say about an error that I made in the last video where I had glassware sort of similar to this. I held up one of these and I said that it was not a toothpick holder, and that in fact it was a candy scoop. So I was half right in that. How do I want to phrase this? So there were candy scoops. People would scoop their candy out, penny candy scoops. They would scoop the candy out, and that's how it would be in the store. And they were shaped just like this, just like it. Same form, I'm trying to say. Except a couple minor differences here. And the minor differences is in the fact that it has a Federal Glass logo on the bottom, and there is a tiny difference to the bottom of this handle. So I mentioned in the last video about this Federal Glass logo. That shield with the F in it stands for Federal Glass. This is from, well, this is probably from the 50s, 60s, maybe 70s, somewhere in there. But there is a little knob that's missing on the bottom of this one. So let's all look right here. There's not a little extra thing sticking off the bottom like there is kind of up top here. And that's the other main difference that I've noticed in the difference of these. But in addition to this, so this is a toothpick holder. And I know that because a good friend of mine, Scott from the old Curiosity Shop, said, you know what, I remember those. I asked him, I said, I have some people saying that they think that these are toothpick holders. And that was my initial first thought too, because they do look like that, or a little shot glass or something. But I said, what do you think? And he says, well, I remember my mom having a set of those. So I was thinking, oh, okay. So he did a little research and he found a photo. I'm gonna show you that photo here. As you can see, it was sold as a set, and there is the box from Federal Glass right there. So there's no denying it. It had the uses on it from like toothpicks or whatever, different things on the box that you could use it for. So not candy containers, but they are styled after that. They could have bought out the mold. You know how that goes whenever glassware companies close and all that. So the thing is, I've got it in this teal color. So I've got the teal color, I've got the amber color, and I've got the green and the clear. I am going to sell these as a set of 4. And I haven't really settled on the price yet of those, but I think they're really cool just as what they are. So that's fine. Now I do have another piece of Vaseline glass right here. This one is interesting. It has sort of this waffle background, waffle pattern texture with the flowers in it. This is very reminiscent to another. Oh yes, it's just like this one right here in the blue. Same thing. So this one has the tag, so now we can extrapolate from that what the first one was, or one of the other one, Portland glass and others. Interesting. So it seems like something that was made by a variety of companies, and it is dated to 1865 to 1890. Very interesting. And they're calling it Dahlia. So that must be the Dahlia flower or pattern. Very nice, and it glows under black light with uranium. This is another favorite of mine right here, and it has that, oh, yes, it's the same company. It must be from that little one. This is just the, oh, how pretty. So this does not have dogs on it like the other one. This has birds and owls. We've got a bird here. Look at that, owl. Keep on turning, we've got trees and then another little bird. I love this handle so much. This is definitely older. Very cool. I like that a lot. So that should do well. Here is another, ooh, this says a good boy, and this time it's an amber or olive. Is my color off? This is amber. This is olive green. Yeah. So this time we've got it in olive green. Look at that, a good boy right there. So that's very awesome. And then, oh look, we have the same mug, but now we have it in amber. And I love that. So we've got a tag on this one. We didn't on the other. They're calling this amber daisy and button with V ornament, A.J. Beatley Co., Ohio, 1880s and 1891. So that's really nice. Ohio. So it's just like that blue one, but we have it in amber with the V. What a great gift for someone who has a V name, like Vicky, Victoria. That's the same person. Usually, right? Yeah, I think so. Veronica. So this one here, I did really well on my other upright rabbit design. Is this the only? Oh, okay. So I had an upright rabbit in amber glass from the first video that I did of similar things like this, and it sold really well, really quickly. Oh, there is a, no, there's not. I almost got a little heartbroken. I thought there was a chip. How pretty is this? So it's called Upright Rabbit, and it has these little rabbits that are upright. I'll show you closer. And there are actually fireflies. I think they're called fireflies. Right here. See those little flies that are fiery looking? Wait, can we see them? They're so intricate. There's some more over here. Right there. Does it say? So this is from the 1880s. Yeah, clear rabbit. Oh, the other thing, there is a snake too. There's a little snake hiding right here in the right here. It's sometimes hard to see these because, you know, it's clear or it's amber, but you can definitely see it here. That is so cool. So then we have some cattails, we've got the rabbit, we've got the snake and the fireflies. Beautiful. And my lovely handle that I love so much of the tree branch looking thing. Very cool. So that one, for instance, I'll probably put that one up between $28 and $30 plus shipping because it is very cool. So we did all those. Okay, just a few more. Now these I will probably sell as a set, I think, because they are the adult size and the child size. But they are of this wonderful emerald green, circa 1898. Really pretty. We have the gold gilding on there. It's a little bit more worn on this one. As you can see, it's just along the band, but not up on these ridges. And the little one says Colonado. I think it says Colonado, 1898. Very, very neat. So I'm thinking I'll put these together. But look at the gold, 22 or 24 karat gold on there. Really, oh, that's just stunning, isn't it? That is a nice one. So, right, so since the condition of this one's a little less than favorable, I'll probably put them together. You see the gold is more worn, as a set. I think they would look adorable together. You put the two like in a little grouping, put a plant in it. That's what I always go to, a plant. It's always a plant. What else could you put in there? Flower, oh, that's the same thing. A lemon. Oh yes, you could make a beautiful centerpiece. Put your mashed potatoes in it. Don't do that. So here we have, is that another V? No, it couldn't be. This is an X, but it is a daisy and button. It's kind of like an X, see? It's an amber glass. Look at these handles. I get a kick out of these handles. That's a cool one. So we have it in the amber glass. On that one, just a couple more to go. Stop. This one's a beautiful, this is one of my favorites as well because it has a butterfly on it. Amber glass, look at the butterfly. See that? And then it has like the, wait a minute. We had one of these before in a different color, didn't we? I know we did. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Didn't we? I could have sworn. Am I losing it? Am I losing it? Okay, I swear. Wait a minute. No. What? I know that, oh, there it is. It's so tiny. I was looking for something larger. Beautiful Bryce Glass Company, I think. What is it? It is, come back, a little label. Bryce Higbee and Co. 1883 in the amber. So I don't know. Do I want to put those together? Maybe not, because I think it's so cool. So this one here in the amber. Oh, we all love that, don't we? I just think it's beautiful. Okay, last thing up is, I think my Mosser. It's not labeled, but this is that. It looks like the 60s to me. The reproduction, I think they're candle holders or votive holders or toothpick holders. But yeah, I don't think they're terribly old. I think the reproductions, the glass just feels too smooth to me. It's not quite on par, but we have one in amethyst that it's not as dark as it appears, especially when the light passes through. It's more of a pretty purple color. And then we have the emerald green. Will I put those together as a set? I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll sell them individually for, what do we think? About $8 plus shipping or so, somewhere in there. Okay, that was really fun. Lots of interesting glassware that I'm just not usually exposed to. Some really fun, different patterns here. But I will wrap up this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.